as the puck is dropped. We're underway now in period number 1 from the Civic Center. Here come the Mariners now. They break into the Skipjacks end. Centering pass for Conacher, broken up by Wally Weir. Now Simpson will get the puck onto O'Regan. And now to Loney. And over the line is wrist shot, gloved by Carl Friesen. He'll dump it off now to defenseman Gordy Mark. On the left wing boards now on the Maine end. Baltimore stacks it up. Loney digs it out. Going down the left side. Mark checks him. Now Conacher trying to move the puck out. He's got it, and finally he'll just backhand it rink wide and back to center. It's on the stick of Greg Hotham. Now tipped ahead by Wally Weir, and finally O'Regan will grab it down his own blue line and look for skating room. Opening moments, period number 1. Here's Simpson now to his own blue line. He's checked by Dufour. Brumwell will take it away and fire it on in now to the Skipjacks end. It'll roll on Gorin. Ford will easily stick it aside for Wally Weir, but he can't get it out. Ev Tashevsky now with a puck down the left wing. Here's Ev Tashevsky. Tied up by O'Regan. Off the puck he goes. Good check there by O'Regan. As Hotham will get it out to Simpson at center ice. He's trying to deflect it into the Maine end. He'll do so. Bolduc takes him out of the play. And the loose puck goes right to winger Luke Dufour. Former Quebec Nordique, Boston Bruin. Also former Hershey Bear, too. All right, now at the left point, here's Dahlquist with a shot. And Friesen able to stop that. Point streak going. 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points in that span. Gatsos to Jack's leading goal scorer with 20. As from the faceoff now on the Mariners' end, Maine will bring it out. And back into the Skipjacks' end. Here's Tajura now in the right wing corner, tied up by Gatsos. They tied up over there, Gatsos and Tajura. They're going to force a faceoff from the Skipjack zone. They'll drop it now to the left to Brian Ford. And it's going to be Colin Chin, the rookie, and the veteran Bud Stefanski for the faceoff to the left of Ford in Baltimore ice. All right, Chin and Stefanski are moving in here. And Gary Madsen has not yet dropped the puck. Now he does, and Chin easily wins it back behind his goal to Dahlquist. Right wing to Gatsos, and he'll carry the mail to center. Here's Gatsos at the red line. Going to clear it on in for Ralston, but Palmer broke it up. And the puck back to center. Dahlquist will wait for Ralston to clear the zone, and he pumps it right back into the Maine end. In the right wing corner, Gatsos fighting with the puck now along with Alan Stewart. They jam up now in the right wing corner. Chin joins in now. Now they stack it up. Puck squirts free in the slot, and right there is Palmer. And he'll go behind his goal, trying to get it out. Feed it up for Stefanski. It rolls by him. Icing waved off here, and Baltimore goes back deep in their own zone. McDonnell with a shuffle pass. Now to Ralston at center ice. Gets around Chernomats into the zone. Down the left side, but Danico runs him off the puck. Chin will get it. Cleared in now, right wing corner. Gatsos after it there. Gatsos will get it back behind the goal. Nobody there, though. And the Mariners have got the puck. Headman pass to Stewart. His left wing feed goes behind Larry Floyd. He couldn't get to it. Floyd falls down at center ice, and Baltimore's got the puck. Mike Rowe ahead to Risling. But it's by him. Now Lamoureux after it in the neutral zone. Now Risling will carry it in down the left side. Drop pass for Lamoureux. Mitchell on the blue line. Down the slot for Magoo, and he couldn't get the shot away. Magoo upended now in the Baltimore zone. And it's finally driven back to center, where Phil Bourque takes over. Rushes it over the main line. Here's Bourque now cutting in. Left side is backhander just wide of the net. And the Mariners will come up with that puck, and they'll fire it on in now in the Skipjack zone. Off the left wing boards. Conacher went for it, but Lamoureux had him tied up. And Mike Rowe's got the loose puck. Here is Rowe now. Leaving it for Lamoureux. Over the line to Magoo, but it rolled off his stick. It's going to go back deep in the Mariners' end. Dietrich back to get it. Here's Don Dietrich now for the Mariners. Swinging up now on the left side on the stick of Rich Chernomats. Chernomats bumped by Lamoureux, but keeps motoring through center. Now he'll fire it in on goaltender Brian Ford, who has no trouble with that stuff. And now Greg Hotham in behind his own net. We have no score. Opening moments of period 1. Up on the left wing, Risling trying to bat it ahead for Magoo, but stealing that puck away, Kevin Maxwell. Rink wide to Brumwell. He can't find the puck. Belanger after it now at center ice, and he can't get to it either. And it finally rolls back to the Baltimore blue line where Greg Hotham gathers it in. Lamoureux now with the puck. He'll fire it on in, but Magoo's offside. Make that Belanger's offside. Just inside the Mariners zone, and we have an offside call here. Tim Denelli back with you live at the Civic Center. Here come the Mariners over the Skipjacks line. Gordy Mark with a shot from 25 feet. And a weak one deflected wide of the goal there by Ford. And the Jacks are going to bat the puck back deep in Maine territory. Here's Friesen now, setting it up for Brumwell. His head man pass to the rookie, Tim Army. Army at center, hounded from behind by DeFazio, but able to get the puck over to Brumwell. And he'll send it in deep down the Skipjacks end. Taken by Roger Belanger. Now up ice to Fred Perlini. Perlini now at the red line. He'll shoot it on in, left wing corner, Maine end. Loney racing after it, but the Mariners get there first. Rob Palmer getting away from Loney. Now Regan checking. The Mariners in their own zone, but it finally comes out to center. Dahlquist, good pass over the line to O'Regan. In the right wing circle, here's O'Regan now. Centering one, and it went through a maze of players. Pop in the left circle, a blast by Dahlquist. I think it his own man, Loney in front. And now Maine trying to get it out, and they will do so. Brumwell with a puck. At center, Brumwell slides it on in now to the Skipjack zone, but O'Regan knocks it down at his own blue line. And Dahlquist gathers it in. Left wing to O'Regan, it goes by him. Palmer back to get it. He touches, and we have an icing call here coming up against the Skipjacks. PJ Crickets, and of course all Baltimore area media members are cordially invited to attend. Ice off on the Baltimore end, the Jacks win it. Here's Mike Rowe, got a backhand in out of Maine ice. Palmer back to get it, bumped by Chan. He tried to slide the puck in front to Ralston, but Tejura in a good defensive play. Took it away, and Maine streaks back up ice. Here comes Al Stewart down the left side, getting around Bork. Stewart now going behind the Baltimore goal. Can't find a man open. Getting it back at the right point. Palmer shot. Blocked by Chin. It's going to carry him all the way back into the Maine zone. The Mariners rookie make that veteran defenseman, Michelle Bolduc now. Swinging around the goal. That's Stefanski trying to get it out. Now back to Bolduc. Baltimore tying up the Mariners now on their own end, but finally Bolduc's got some room and he'll bring it out to center. At his own blue line. Swinging up left side to Jura. Breaks across the line. Can't find a man open. He's decked by Lamoureux. Now the slot, look out, Stefanski, a shot, it's wide of the goal. Now Rowe pick it up behind his own net. Right wing to Gatsos. He's got Lamoureux breaking away at center. Mitch has got the puck into the Maine zone. Here's Lamoureux now, sliding it down the slot for Ralston, but it was broken up there by Danico. Ralston going to get back, centers one. Dietrich knocks it down in the slot. Dietrich's got it now behind the net. Can he clear? He cannot. Rowe holding it in now down the left wing. Here's Mike Rowe, but he's bumped off the puck. Wait a minute here, we got a slashing call coming up. And it's going to be against the Maine Mariners, I believe. So the Skipjacks are going to get their first power play chance of the hockey game. Baltimore in the power play. They've scored 31 power play goals and 186 opportunities. The Jacks power play, 17% efficiency. So Bud Stefanski will go to the period number one. It's Ralston, Loney, and Gatsos on the power play. O'Regan playing the point along with Greg Hotham. Puck shot into the right wing corner of the Maine end. Mariners to the line, not out. They can't get it out. Now Gatsos lost control of the puck, and it's batted off the glass and back into Skipjack's ice. And Tom O'Regan going back to get it here. The Jacks in the power play looking to go ahead of the game. We're scoreless with 12:52 left here in period one. Now with the puck, Hotham at center ice at the red line. Hotham carries it in down the right side. Into the Maine zone. Hotham now skates to the left point. Greg Hotham holding it up. Now the drive. Score! I don't know. It was tipped in. Loney was in the crease. He was either screening Carl Friesen or he got a piece of it. And the Jacks click on the power play and they take a 1-0 lead over the Maine Mariners. And Ralston also an assist. The Ralston scoring streak alive. Jacks have the lead 1-0. And Baltimore looks for more here. They shoot the puck back into the Mariners zone. Can Danico with a left wing feed. Out of the reach of Pat Conacher. It's going to roll deep now and Skipjack's ice. Hotham back to get it. Tied up by Conacher. Larry Floyd now digging along the left wing corner. Lamoureux tying up him. Now it's squirts to the side of the Jacks goal. Taken by Weir. He can't get it out. Chernomat's checked him. Now Lamoureux's getting it back behind the goal. Up on the near boards. Finally, Jim Magoo will tip it out to center. And it's back now at the Maine blue line. Conacher after it there, but Magoo steals. Try to break into the Maine end, but checked there at the Mariners blue line. And Maine's got the puck now. It's Dietrich. He gave it right to Risling. Risling now, top of the circle. Now going to get back at the point to Hotham. Wrister toward the goal, blocked in front by Dietrich. And Lamoureux couldn't get to the loose puck, and now the Mariners will bring it out to center. Boy, Chernomat's decked now in front of the Baltimore bench with a good check. And let's see here. We have a Wissam Ralston have the assist. 7:19 time of the goal. And the Skipjacks have the lead 1-0 with 11:35 to go here in period 1. Face off in the Mariners' end. Brought out the center by Michelle Bolduck. He'll flip it in on goal, and Ford's going to take no chances here. He'll cover up in front, and we're going to whistle now on a face-off in the Skipjack zone. 1-0. Baltimore has the lead on a Troy Loney power play goal, and we have 11:28 left here in the first period. You're listening to Baltimore Skipjacks hockey on AM 1230 WITH. All right, we're back live at the Civic Center. Jacks have the puck now at their own blue line. Joe McDaniel takes a big hit there from Luke Duford. Going to slide it back in now, deep in the Mariners' end. Palmer trying to dig it out now. They'll bring it out the center. Hauled it from behind by Belanger. Now Maxwell will finally get it into Skipjack's ice. Back behind the goal. Duford racing after the puck, and he is belted back there by Dahlquist and DeFazio. Dino with the puck, trying to get it out. Can't do it. They stack it up now, right rear boards. Puck finally on the stick of Belanger behind his own goal. Here's Roger Belanger now with some room. Out at center ice, here's Belanger. Trying to feed it in for Perlini over the line, but it's broken up there by Bolduck of the main line. Now Belanger holding it in. He'll clear it in deep behind the Mariners' goal. Friesen setting it up there for Michelle Bolduck. And now up on the left wing, Rocky Chache tied up by O'Regan. And the puck squirts back into the main zone. Look out, here's a giveaway. Mark, a shot to Simpson. And Friesen robs him there. Gordy Mark gave a blind pass. It was probably as surprised as anybody to get that puck on his stick. As the defenseman for the Mariners, Gordy Mark, put it right on that stick of Simpson. All right, Jacks try to hold it in, but they can't do it. Puck comes out at center. Now Ev Zhetevsky now with a puck into the Skipjacks end. Down the left wing, he's tied up by Simpson. They stack it up now, dug out. Puck dug out. Side of the goal. Trache can't get a shot away. Now with the puck, Evtashevsky, he can't get a shot away, and the Jacks break back up ice. Here's O'Regan. Trying to slide the puck free for Bork. Can't do it. Now it's behind the goal. After it there, Simpson. But Palmer getting there. Make that Brumwell getting there first. Mariners now. Trache checked by Loney along the left wing boards in the main end. Maine trying to get it out, and they finally just push it back to center. Now look out. Over the line. Here comes Evtashevsky with a shot. And Ford kicked that out. Now with a puck. Behind the Baltimore goal, the Jacks break out. Simpson will bang it out to center. Now let's see here. Puck shot ahead. It's up into the penalty box area. And we're going to face off here in the neutral zone. Tim Dinelli back with you at the Baltimore Civic Center. Puck back at the main blue line, taken by the Mariners. Jacks have the lead 1-0, 8:44 to go here in the first period. All right, the veteran, Bud Stefanski in his own end. Slides it over to Dietrich. Head man pass up to Tajur. And now Tajur will take over at center. Hitting it right wing to Danico. He's coming on in, but Stefanski was offside. Colin Chin had him wrapped up. And Stefanski in ahead of the play, and we're going to have a whistle here. And an offside coming up against the Mariners. Will face it off outside the Baltimore blue line. Well, we're on the air tomorrow night. The Jacks, first of 3 in a row. Tonight, of course, against the Mariners. Saturday evening, the Jacks will be up in Binghamton. We'll have that one for you right here on WITH. Our pregame show at 7:20, play-by-play at 7:30. And the Jacks will be back home on Sunday evening for a date with the Hershey Bears. All right, face-off outside the line, and the Mariners try to clear it on in, and again they're offside. And again, we're going to face it off here in the neutral zone outside the Skipjacks blue line. Mitch Lamoureux at center, Jim Magoo on the right wing, Gary Risling on the left side, Wally Weir and Greg Hotham back on defense. If he just joined us, Jim Magoo sent to the Skipjacks of the parent Pittsburgh Penguins. He's coming off an injury. And going to get himself back into shape. At least that's what the word is right now. Jacks break back. Magoo into the zone. Here's Magoo tied up at the right point. Now Lamrou holding it in. Down the slot for Risling. Let's see here. Jacks are going to be offside. Close calls. Baltimore fought desperately to keep that puck in the main zone at the Mariners' blue line, but they whistled it down on the offside here. We're going to face it off outside the holiday, and of course hope it continues this week. Al Perlini will draw the puck back to Dahlquist, but it goes by him and have to chase it back deep in his own end. Chris Dahlquist now with the puck. He'll carry the mail now at center. Dahlquist at the red line. He'll wrist it on in. Left wing boards, Maine end. Off the boards, Brumwell will pick it up in his own zone. Spins the net, starts it out for the Mariners. Murray Brumwell with the puck. At the red line, now backhanding it through, but DeFazio picks off the puck. Allegati skates in front of his own zone, but gets away with it. Now Dino brings the puck to center. Now he overskates the puck at center ice. Let's see here, we got a whistle. Perlini with DeFazio and Belanger. Off the faceoff, Mariners control. With the puck now, Gordy Mark at center ice. Rookie defenseman, wrists it on in now. Left wing corner, Skipjacks in. Off the boards, McDonnell hustling back to get it. And he'll slide it back over now to Dahlquist, and now ahead on the stick of Perlini. Fred muscles by a Mariners check to Belanger. Into the zone. Belanger with the puck. Left side to Fazio. The wrist shot. Friesen will make the save there. Now Perlini will pick it off, and his weak backhander stick to side there by Friesen. Now Maxwell spun around by Belanger. We got a penalty coming up here to the Skipjacks. Roger Belanger. As Maxwell was spun around as he made his move out of his own end. And Belanger will get the gate here. And the Mariners will go in the work. Got to work on the power play. Maine on the power play this season. They've scored 29 power play goals and only 120 first power play attempt of the game as Belanger off for holding at 12:56. All right, puck drop now at center, and the Mariners are going to be offside. So we'll face it off outside the Baltimore blue line. 1-0. The Skipjacks have the lead here. A power play goal by Troy Loney, his fourth of the season. 3 power play goals for Loney out of his 4 at 7:19. Seems to be following the footsteps of Steve Gatsos, who has so many power play goals of his regular total. All right, puck drop's going to go back into the main head as Tom O'Regan, Troy Loney, Greg Hotham, and Wally Weir are going to try to cut off the Mariners' power play. Here comes Tajura now into the Skipjacks end. He's tied up by Loney. Puck goes to O'Regan. He'll squirt back up ice. He's got Loney trailing. Left side to Wally Weir, but Baltimore's offside. They had a 3-on-2 going. But couldn't make the play. They came in offside. Power play for Coach Tom McVie and the Mariners. Kevin Maxwell, Pat Conacher, Rich Chernomatz, Murray Brumwell, and Larry Floyd. Off the faceoff. Baltimore drives it in deep in the Mariners' end. And Larry Floyd going back to get it. The Mariners' leading scorer now will bring it to center. Here comes Larry Floyd now. Left wing to Brumwell. Over the Skipjacks line. Brumwell now cuts down the left wing. He'll scoot it in now to the far corner. Floyd with the puck. Getting it back at the right point to Maxwell. Kevin Maxwell holding it up. Far boards to Floyd. Floyd spinning away from Loney. Now it's deflected right to the Skipjacks net. And Ford's going to grab it there. And he'll cover up. We'll get a whistle on a face-off here in the Baltimore zone. Now 58 seconds left in the penalty to Roger Belanger. You're listening to Baltimore Skipjacks Hockey on WITH Baltimore. Tim Donnelly with a play-by-play tonight. Nice to have you with us here with a hockey night in Baltimore. Jacks looking for their second straight win and looking to beat the Mariners for the third straight time during this 85-86 season. All right, puck drop now. It's going to go to the right point to Larry Floyd, but apparently the puck not dropped properly. And we'll do it again as we drop the puck in the right wing circle of the Skipjacks and to the left to Brian Ford. O'Regan, Stefanski for the drop. Puck drop. Now Hoffman going to swing it around the near boards. And it rolls by Ralston and back to center. Now with the puck, it's Larry Floyd. Up to Tajura, the Mariners' second leading scorer. I think he thought Floyd was going to go after the puck, and Floyd thought he was going to go after it, and finally Tajura had to go back to get it. Right wing to Larry Floyd now. He's going to slap it into Skipjack's ice. Around the left side, here's Tajura to knock it down. O'Regan checking him. Here's Tim Army now, getting it back over that point to Brumwell. He controls a bouncing puck momentarily, but O'Regan now will grab it and backhand it back into the main end. 21 seconds left in the Mariners power play. Here comes Tim Army across the Baltimore line. Right side, the shot. Ford will stop that. Rebound by Stefanski, and he can't get to it. As Brian Ford will cover up on it at the side of the Skipjacks net. Colin Chin and Brian Maxwell. I'll make that Kevin Maxwell for the puck. Dug out by the Mariners. Now at the right point, Ken Danico. Danico, top of the circle. Chernomats, the wrist shot. He missed the goal. Out on the near boards. Dietrich holding it in. Dietrich now back behind the net. And I mean Chernomats is decked there. I'll make that Conacher decked by Mike Rowe. Belanger back on. Here's a shot for the point by Danico. Knocked down in front. Loose puck taken by Belanger. It'll feed it up ice to Colin Chin. Chin now, here he comes into the Maine end. Drop pass to Ralston. Weak wrist shot wide of the net. Now with a puck, here's Colin Chin in the left wing corner. Chin, shifty move, spinning away from trouble. Driving it back behind the net. Nobody there for Baltimore. Here's Dietrich now, checked by Gatsos. Puck squirts behind the goal. Chin's after it there, pushes Danico off the puck. Centers one, center point Mike Rowe, wrist shot. Blocked in front by Dietrich, he got the body in front of that. Now behind the net, Risling gonna jam it in front, but Friesen stops that side of the goal. Now Maxwell trying to get it out, can't do it. Gatsos now in the left wing circle. Gatsos, wrist shot at the side of the net. Gatsos getting it back, driving it in the goal mouth. The guy who's got it, it's still loose. Now at the right point, Burt, can he hold it in? No, he can't. Conacher gonna beat him to it, and finally backhanded down ice. Mike Rowe will touch up, icing called here against the Mariners. Baltimore buzzing the Maine net like a buzzsaw. All right, Mitch Lamoureux now to face it off in the Maine zone with Rich Chernomats. I beg your pardon, Steve Tajura. Puck drop at the left point. Dahlquist couldn't get a shot away, but now he'll wrist it toward the goal. Friesen kicks it out. Al Stefanski in his own zone, tied up by Lamoureux. As the Mariners now being forechecked by the Skipjacks. Here's Risling now. Trying to get the puck away from Palmer, and finally the Mariners are able to get it out to center. All right, here's Dahlquist to clear the puck up into the penalty box area. And we'll get a whistle now and a face-off in the neutral zone. 3:41 left, period number one. The Skipjacks. Tim Dinelli back with you live at the Baltimore Civic Center. Jacks have the puck now in the Mariners zone, but it comes Mitch Wilson at center for Maine. Mitch Wilson now at the red line, fires it on in wide of the Baltimore goal. They got a bouncing puck. And Ford trying to get a hold of it back there, but couldn't do it. Now Evtushevsky ties it up. And a whistle here. We have an elbowing call coming up, I believe, against Maine. Mitch Wilson got the elbow up, I believe, on one of the Skipjacks, and he is going to be going off here. The power play tonight. Ralston, Gatsos, and Loney the power play combo right now with Hotham and O'Regan at the points. Here comes Ralston now with a puck. He'll wrist it on into the Mariners' hand. It'll roll to the left wing corner. Goes by Loney, but Gatsos with the puck. Gatsos now on the left wing boards. At the left point to O'Regan. O'Regan now holding it up at the center point. Now the top of the left wing circle to Gatsos. Gats takes a look around. Center point O'Regan. O'Regan now left point to Gatsos. Wristing it toward the goal. Loney got a piece of it, but he couldn't get it by Friesen. Finally, Steve Tajura will grab the puck and he'll fire it back into Skipjack's ice. 1:24 to go, and the penalty to Mitch Wilson. Jacks on the power play, looking to increase their lead. Ralston now in his zone end. Look out, giveaway as Tajura checked him, and Raleigh gets it back. Here's Ralston now in the neutral zone. Hitting it right side to Gatsos. Over the line to Ralston down the right side. Here's Ralston. Had O'Regan in the slot, couldn't get it to him. Now to the side of the goal. Here's a chance for Gatsos in front of shot. Saved by Friesen. Now at the right point, Greg Hotham with a puck. Hotham holding it up, right point. Baltimore on the power play. Left wing circle. Gatsos to Loney, a chance in front. Loney is decked in the goal mouth, and the loose puck still loose, but finally gathered in by Tajura. Boy, Loney with a good chance there, along with Gatsos. As the Mariners drive the puck deep into the Skipjacks end. Now O'Regan at center ice. Off the puck he goes. Conacher checked him, and it's poked back to the Skipjacks blue line. Right there, McDonnell with the puck. 30 seconds to go. DeFazio ahead for Perlini. He's tied up at center ice by Gordy Mark. And the Mariners will grab the puck, Luke Dufour, and they fire it back in now to Baltimore ice. Here's Dahlquist. Chance for one last rush here in the power play. Left side of Perlini. Over the line of Belanger. Here he comes. Moving down the slot. His drive is wide of the net. At the right point, McDonnell couldn't hold it in. Conacher beat him to it. And Maine will drive it back into Skipjacks ice. It's on goal. Ford setting it up there for Dahlquist. Mitch Wilson back on. We're back at equal strength. Now Perlini at center. Tied up there as Wilson and Perlini go to the ice hard. And the Jacks bring the puck into the Mariners' hand. Behind the goal, Brumwell tied up by Belanger. And now Dufour trying to get it out. And he'll do so out the center. Puck picked up there by Mitch Wilson. He's leveled by Dahlquist in front of the penalty box. Chris, a rookie, not afraid to mix it up with the big boys, and he really came in high on Mitch Wilson there. Belanger with a puck. Going to fire it on into the Mariners' hand. There should be icing here. Brumwell back to get it. He touches. And we have an icing call here against the Skipjacks.
Maine penalty, a 2-minute bench minor. Time of the penalty, 19:27.
Well, I beg your pardon here. We got a bench minor coming up against the Mariners. They didn't really say what it was. But Kevin Maxwell will serve the bench minor, so Baltimore goes to work on the power play again. 1 for 2 in the power play tonight. Only 33 seconds to go in the period, so Baltimore will have to score quickly here. If not, they'll start period 2 with a minute 27-second power play. Puck dropped now outside the Jacks blue line, controlled by Baltimore. Greg Hotham with the puck. Hotham now working up ice to Ralston. It rolls by him. Raleigh will chase it in down the right side. Now Danico checked him. Ralston gets it back. Here's Loney with a chance. Nope, can't get the shot away. Now top of the right wing circle to Ralston. Ralston now to Loney, going to try to bat at him. Can't do it. Now in front to Ralston, a shot. And Friesen with a pad save there, able to stop that shot by Ralston. As Maine clears the puck down ice with 3 seconds left. And that's going to do it. Period number 1 has come to a close here. Good period. Games will be in Binghamton to take on the Whalers. And Sunday right back here at the Civic Center for a battle with the Hershey Bears. All right, at center, Tom Ralston, Troy Loney and Steve Gatsos, Greg Hotham and Tom O'Regan at the points. Steve Tejura and Tom Ralston for the faceoff. Puck drop, and we're underway now in period number 2. And here's Tejura drawing it back deep in his own zone. Now the left wing corner, Ralston trying to dig it out. Trying to get it back and does so at the right point to Hotham. His drive, and he missed the goal. Ralston now gets that loose puck. Left wing corner. Here's Ralston behind the goal to Loney. Loney takes a look around now. Spins away from a Danico check. Trying to get it back at the point, but O'Regan was cutting in. And it went by him. It's going to roll all the way back into the Skipjack zone. And Greg Hotham will have to go back to get it here. Under a minute left now on the Baltimore power play. Opening moments of period number 2. Here's Ralston now getting around a Stefanski check. Left side to Gatsos. Gatsos back for Ralston. Now in the slot. Here's O'Regan. He fans on the chance in front. It's back at the center point to Hotham. Now in the slot. Here's Loney trying to get it through for Ralston. Can't do it. As Palmer checked him. Now O'Regan trying to hold it in now down the left wing boards, but he can't do it. And the Mariners clear and drive it back into Baltimore territory. Hotham now up to O'Regan. 24 seconds to go in the power play. Now O'Regan across the line, down the right side, going to tip it in behind the net. Gordy Mark with a puck there. Around the horn, and it's by Gatsos, and all the way back into the Skipjacks end. All right, back to get it down. For Baltimore's Gatsos. As Maxwell just about set the step on the ice here. Up on the right side to McDonnell. He'll cross the red line and wrist it on into the main end. Down on the near boards. Here's Lamoureux. All right, back on now is Maxwell. We're back at equal strength. Now down the left point. Here's a drive by Dahlquist. That's wide of the goal. And the carom will bounce back to center. On the stick of McDonnell. Looking for skating room now. Over the line for Risling. Now it's tipped back to center. Now with a puck, McDonnell is shot. And a fluttering shot caught there by the glove of Carl Friesen. And Maine will bang it out to center. Conacher with a puck. Trying to get around Magoo. Swings it over to Luke Dufour, and he'll drive it back into Baltimore ice. Off the backboards, Dahlquist, left wing to Risling. Tried to send it in for Lamoureux and couldn't do it. And the puck cleared back into the Skipjacks, and Stewart caught inside the zone. And we have an offside call here against the wing. And Jim Magoo up front. It's Larry Floyd, Rich Chernomats, and Al Stewart for Maine. Here's Magoo now with a puck. And over the line, down the right side, Magoo spun around by Brumwell. Can't get to the puck. It's backhanded out to center. Now it hops into the bench area, I believe, or up into the crowd. And we're going to face off where? It'll be in Maine territory. We played 2 minutes and 18 seconds of the second period, and the Skipjacks have the lead 1-0. Rochester losing last night in overtime. Actually, it was yesterday afternoon, the Boxing Day afternoon game in St. Catharines, Ontario against the Saints. The Emerks lost 3-2 in overtime now. They've lost 3 games in a row. And a couple of their good players caught up to Buffalo, so things could be changing around for the Emerks. All right, Maine with a puck at center. Larry Floyd steps into the Skipjacks hand, drives the puck from the top of the right wing circle, and forward stick that aside. Now Magoo trying to get it out. Can't do it. Holding it in now on the far boards. That is Stewart. Now he'll go in deep into the Baltimore end. Stewart now with a puck trying to get it out to the slot, but Lamoureux will take over. Right wing to Magoo. Left side to Risling. Risling will just tip it into the Maine Mariners' end. And Brumwell back to get it there. Right wing, pass on the money. Floyd now. As a man at center, it's Chernomets. Chernomets down on the right side. A shot. And Hotham got his stick in the way of that to deflect it. Wide of the goal. Now Perlinia trying to get it out the center, and he will. Here he comes, 3-on-3. Perlini into the zone. Perlini now goes to the backhand, his shot. And Friesen got a stick on that. Shifty moves by Fred Perlini. Now the puck rolls to the side of the main goal. Friesen's going to glove it there. And he'll hang on for the faceoff with 16:38 to play in the second period. 1-0. The Jacks have the lead over the Maine Mariners, and this is Skipjacks Hockey on AM 1230 WITH. Tim Donnelly back live with you at the Baltimore Civic Center. Jacks have the puck now deep in their own end. Wally Weir now with the puck. To Belanger up to DeFazio, but it was off the shin of Dietrich. Puck held in now to that point by the Skipjacks. Wally Weir with a blast, and that's wide of the goal. Belanger now trying to hold it in. His backhander high and wide of the net. Now the near corner, DeFazio trying to hold it in. Here's Dino now. At the right point to Hotham. Back for DeFazio. Closing in a backhander when he just missed the net. And Belanger just missed the tip in. Now the left wing circle. They fight for the puck. Perlini holding it in now. Finally grabbing the puck is Tim Army. His rink-wide feed on the money to do for. Army paid the price. He was decked by DeFazio. And now with the puck, look out. Here comes Dietrich over the line. Getting it through for Maxwell. A backhander. He scores. Dietrich sliding it through for Maxwell. And one fail swoop, but got in behind Brian. All right, Colin Chen and Steve Tajura into the face-off circle. Puck dropped. Tajura wins it. He's the crafty centerman. Don't mistake him for his size. He can do lots of things out there, and not afraid to mix it up. Here's Tajura now. Going to shoot the puck into the Skipjack zone. We're back tied at 1 goal apiece here. Now the near corner. Ralston trying to get the puck out. Mike Rowe now. Finally, the Jacks bag it out to center. It's on the stick of Bolduc. He'll swing it over to Rob Palmer now at center. Palmer back to Bolduc. And he'll shoot it on in. Right wing corner. Skipjack's in. Back to get it now. Look out. Phil Bourque. It's caught loose of the zone now. Loose to the side of the goal, I beg your pardon. And finally, Ford's going to cover up on it there. We're going to get a face-off in. All right, face-off. Colin Chin and Steve Tajura. Puck back at the right point. Palmer's blast is blocked on the way to the goal. And deflected wide. Now it's behind the goal. And taking over now is Phil Bourque. Now right wing to Chen. He'll deflect the puck now into the main end. But nobody there for Baltimore to get it, and Dietrich now will take over. Look out, Dietrich in trouble. Gatsos almost took it away. Now Bolduc recovering deep in his own zone. Michel Bolduc in behind his own goal for Maine. Up the center of the ice here is a left wing feed for Tajura. He's busting through the Baltimore defense, but back-checking Rowe finally took it away. Maine trying to hold it in. Here's Tajura again at the right point. It's on the blue line and onside. Palmer carries it in down the right side, but Mike Rowe finally getting it out to center. And it's picked up by Ralston now. Holding it up now at center. Baltimore almost had a break, but they couldn't get the right roll to the puck. Now Ralston back deep in his own zone. Fires it ahead for Chin. Now right wing to Bork. Carries the puck into the Maine end. Down the right side. He's slowed up and off the puck by Evtushevsky. And the puck taken away by the Mariners. Here comes Rocky Trache. Here he comes and over the Skipjacks line. Trache had it stolen away by Simpson. And now Bork upended in his own line. Look out, Mitch Wilson coming in. He's double teamed by Loney and Rowe. Couldn't get a shot away. Now Evtushevsky without his helmet in the right wing circle. They tie it up there. Mike Rowe also in there now. Now Rowe gets hit by Mitch Wilson. Now Rowe drops his glove and he gets the pound away at Mitch Wilson. And we're going to get our first fight of the hockey game here between Mike Rowe of the Skipjacks and Mitch Wilson of Maine. Now Wilson asked for it. And Rowe dropped the gloves quickly there. So we'll get Mike Rowe and Mitch Wilson to sit it out here. 13:27 to go, second period. The Skipjacks and the Mariners all tied up at 1 goal apiece. And you're listening to Skipjacks Hockey on 8. Game 0 for 1 thus far in the power play. Their second chance of the game. Tajura, Stefanski, and Army up front. Along with Larry Floyd and Murray Brumwell back at the points. Penalty killer Skipjacks, Troy Loney, Tom O'Regan, Wally Weir, and Greg Hotham face off in the Skipjack zone. And O'Regan draws it back to Hotham. Going to wind it around the boards and outside the line to center. And it's going to roll all the way in on goal, and Friesen almost misplayed it there. It went behind him, and fortunately for the Maine, wide of the net. All right, now, here's Brumwell in his own zone. Gave it to O'Regan. And he couldn't do anything with it there. Finally lost the puck, and Brumwell will take over again. Jacks bottling up the Mariners now, deep in their own zone. Rowe with an extra minor penalty. Mariners on the power play here, but they're stuck back in their own zone right now. Now finally Brumwell's going to bring it to center. On the left side is Stefanski into the Skipjacks end. Down the left side, trying to get around Hotham, and he can't do it. Now they just stack it up now, left rear boards. Loney trying to move the puck out. He's got some room, and here he comes with O'Regan. Right wing feed to O'Regan, but it was a little bit beyond him. And Brumwell will flag it down now on the Mariners' end. 1:06 left here in the penalty to Mike Rowe. Brumwell now, left wing to Army across the Baltimore line. Army now, right side to Floyd. Floyd, top of the right wing circle. Center point, Brumwell. Open shot, forward save, rebound. Look out, he's got the puck and he hangs on. Tim Army right on the doorstep looking for the rebound there, but Ford covered up on it. A good thing he did. And so we're going to face off here in Skipjacks territory. Here to watch his old teammates. Puck drop, Maine controls. Here's Maxwell with the puck. Sliding it to Conacher. Conacher still going off to Chernomats, but he was tied up, couldn't get the shot away. Now Chernomats on the left wing boards to Brumwell at the point. His blast. Ford knocks that down. And again, he covers up on the rebound. At Conacher on the doorstep, and Wally Weir had him covered. And we'll face it off again in Baltimore territory here. 34 seconds left on the penalty. A minor to Mike Rowe. And Dean DeFazio serving that. Ralston and Chin, the penalty killers now, along with Weir and Hotham. Face off to the right of Ford in Baltimore territory. Maxwell and Ralston for the face-off. Off the jaw, Mariners control. Now Maxwell with a puck. Sliding it over on the far boards to Chernomats. Chernomats trying to get it back to Brumwell, but a good play by Chin to poke it back to center. Good defensive play there by the rookie, Colin Chin. Now Floyd at center, tied up by Chin, able to get the puck to Brumwell. Over the line to Maxwell. Kevin Maxwell to Chernomats on the left wing circle. Chernomats, center point to Brumwell. Couldn't get a shot away. And Chernomats getting it back now. At the right point to Larry Floyd. The Mariners leading scorer. Larry Floyd now skating along the blue line to Conacher. I got Conacher trying to cut in, can't do it. Penalty over now. DeFazio back on. Here's Maxwell with a puck, top of the right wing circle. Center point to Floyd, driving one toward the net, but Chin blocked that. And now it's poked out to center, race for the puck, DeFazio, he's got it. Dino into the zone, the shot, Friesen with a glove save, and he'll hang on. What a blast by DeFazio, he really got the Jets working there. Lamoureux and Trache for the face-off in the Mariners' end. It's dropped loose in the circle, and Trache clears the puck out of danger. And now Ken Danico was swinging around the boards, and the Mariners able to tap it back into the Skipjacks end. Dahlquist back to get it. Evtushevsky wrapping him up. Chris avoids a check. And it's going to fire it all the way back into the main end. And hustling back to get it now, Ken Danico. Danico in behind his own goal. The Jacks have Lamoureux, Magoo, and Risling on the forward lines. Puck fired rink wide out of the reach of Evtushevsky. And back on the stick of Dahlquist. Legati couldn't make the move he wanted. Now Trottier steals. Trottier behind the goal. Hauled down by Lamoureux. Penalty upcoming here against the Skipjacks. As Lamoureux looks for possession. Finally gets it. And a penalty coming up here against Baltimore. Back live at the Baltimore Civic Center. Lamoureux with a penalty. Maine on the power play. Brumwell shot. He scores. At the center point, Murray Brumwell just drove one and got behind. Brian Ford might have been tipped. Well, Brumwell will get the goal. So it simply was shot in by Brumwell. Ford may have been screened. And now the Jacks are behind, 2-1. Gatsos with a puck at center. Going to wrist it in now, left wing corner. Mariners in, Ralston after it. Going behind the goal, centers one. Here's Gatsos with a puck. On the near boards to Wally Weir. And he could not keep it in. They got a 2-on-1 break for the Mariners. Dietrich down the left side. It'll make that Stewart a shot at the side of the goal. Now it's back behind the Jacks net. Picked up by Chin. Trying to work it up to Ralston. He'll get it to the line. Not out. Danico holding it in. Now Tajura spun around. And now with the puck, Stewart to Tajura. Trying to get a shot away. Now center point. Dietrich a drive, but he missed the net. Ford came out to cut down the angle there. Ralston trying to get it out. Mariners holding it in. Out on the far boards, Bud Stefanski with the puck in the Skipjack zone. Stefanski now, left point to Dietrich. Going to try to fire it around the boards, hit Colin Chin. Now Stefanski at the right point to Danico. Ken Danico with the puck. He'll take the drive. Ford kicks it out, rebound cleared away by Hotham. Now the line not out. It's all Mariners right now. In the left wing corner, Dietrich and Hotham fight for the puck. Now Chin will try to tie it up. In there to pull it away, Steve Tajura. They stack it up now, left wing corner, and finally Bill McCreary cannot see the puck. And we're going to face it off here in the Skipjack zone. To the left of Brian Ford. Maxwell with the puck at the point. Weak shot there by Bolduc. Ford easily stopping that. And the Jacks, can they get it out? No, they can't. Held in by the Mariners. Now Tim Army with the puck. Trying to get it back at the point. Can't do it. O'Regan intercepts. Here comes O'Regan rushing back. 3-on-3. Fires it on into the main end. But it's gathered in by Bolduc. And Bolduc will bring it out to center. Up on the left wing to Army. Across the Skipjacks line. Here's Tim Army. Lost his stick. Out on the near boards, Rob Palmer. Bumped by Loney. Off the puck he goes. Now the Jacks have some room now in their own zone. Here's Davey Simpson. Tied up by Army. And finally Phil Burke will get it out and backhand it down ice. It's going to go on goal. Friesen going to stop it there for Kevin Maxwell. Now Maxwell dumped by Loney. Baltimore steals. Here's O'Regan with a puck. Behind the goal to Loney, trying to send it in front for Dahlquist, but a play broken up, and now the Mariners break back. With the puck, here's Dufour. Into the zone, and Dufour knocked down there by Dahlquist, and Phil Bourque's got the puck. Here is Phil Bourque at center ice. It's checked in off his stick, and now Floyd trying to bring it in, but the Mariners are going to be offside here. And we're going to with Perlini outside the Jacks blue line. And the Mariners will tap it in deep in the Skipjacks end. Here is McDonnell, tied up by Larry Floyd. Now here's the Mariners, Pat Conacher behind the Baltimore goal. As they stack it up back there, Baltimore trying to get it out. Now Belanger with the puck, feeding it out to DeFazio. Now DeFazio upended as he breaks out of his own zone. We got a penalty coming up here to the Maine Mariners. A tripping call against Gordy Mark. And the Jacks are going to go to work on the power play here, trying to tie things up. 7:29 left, period number 2. It is Maine 2 and the Skipjacks 1 in this is. Back live at the Civic Center. Jacks go to work here in the power play. Gordy Mark in the box, 2 minutes for tripping at 12:31 here in the second period. McDonnell now at his own blue line. Slides it over to O'Regan. His pass ahead, knocked down by Palmer. Here's Palmer rushing back, checked from behind by Loney, and he'll get it in deep in the Skipjack zone. All right, Ralston now with a puck in his own end, wheeling it out. Baltimore in the power play, trying to tie things up here. Ralston left side to Loney. Loney now back for Ralston. He was tied up, couldn't get the shot away. Gatsos, can he hold it in? Tajura steals the puck away, and he'll clear it back into Baltimore ice. All right, Brian Ford now setting it up back behind his own net for Joe McDonnell. 1:12 to go, and the penalty to Gordy Mark. As Ralston now up to McDonnell, but it ends up on the stick of Stefanski. He'll fire it back to the Maine blue line, and now it's taken by Danico, and he'll wrist it in back deep in the Baltimore end. And the Bluebirds coming out a bit here, wanting to get Baltimore something in this power play. Loney at center. Trying to backhand it in, but the Jacks are going to be offside at the Mariners blue line. Goals here in the second period. An even strength goal by Kevin Maxwell and a power play goal by Murray Brumwell. All right, from the draw now. Here come the Jacks back into the Mariners' end. Down the left side, Phil Bourque going behind the net. Here's Bourque with a puck. Trying to get it over to Magoo on the right wing boards, but it went by him. And that's going to roll back into Baltimore ice. All right, Greg Hotham in to get it now behind his own goal. Here comes the Hawk at center. Left side of Risling into the zone. Gary Risling down the left side. Drop pass for Hotham, but Conacher's there. He'll take the puck and get it back to the Baltimore blue line. A chance for one last rush here in the power play, and Bourque will rush with that puck into the zone. Here is Phil Bourque now. He's tied up. Now at the right point, Magoo couldn't hold it in. It's back to center. 6 seconds left. Here's Magoo feeding it in down the right side for Risling and now to Lamoureux. Risling with a puck. Here's Gary Risling now to Magoo on the far boards. Jim Magoo tied up. Now down the right side, Hotham wristing it toward the goal. It's blocked in front. And Gordy Mark kind of banging off the wood back to center. Here's Conacher now trying to get a puck over the line. Now a collision there, Risling and Lamoureux. And the puck ends up deep in the skipjack zone. 5:05 to play here in the second period. Bourque up ice to Lamoureux. But stolen away by Chernomats. Chernomats into the Baltimore end. In the slot, the wrist shot kicked out by Ford. Now Chernomats will get it back along the left wing boards for Larry Floyd. Floyd now with a puck. Good move, spinning away from Hotham. Floyd now in the slot. Look out, man. Open. Chernomats shot. Ford robbed him there. And he'll cover up on the rebound. Chernomats with a shot from point blank range. But Brian Ford made a big save there. Chernomats tried to put the Mariners up 3-1. And we'll have it here for you on Jacks Radio, AM 1230, WITH. 7:30 play-by-play, pregame 7:20. Baltimore clears the puck now. Back in the Mariners' blue line, picked up by Danico. His pass out of the reach of McDonnell. It's going to roll back into Baltimore ice, and Dahlquist hustling back to get it. Chris Dahlquist now, sliding it over to McDonnell, but the pass was not a good one. McDonnell on second effort, able to get it back to the Mariners' blue line. Maine has taken over here. They've got the momentum in this second period. As Danico clears it on in now to the Skipjacks end. In the left wing corner, McDonnell back to get it. Swinging up now near boards to Ralston. And Raleigh couldn't get it out. Checked by Stefanski. Now it's held in by Maine. Shot from the right point, Danico. And Ford will glove that. And again, hang on for the faceoff with just under 4 minutes left here in the second period. Well, Baltimore has had their trouble against the Mariners at home. The season before that, 3 losses here at the Civic Center. That's when the Jacks played Maine 3 times. As we await a faceoff now on the Skipjacks end, Fred Perlini and Tim Army. And the puck dropped. It'll go behind the Baltimore goal, and Wally Weir's got possession. Here is Weir now, left side. Fred Perlini now at center. Here comes Perlini down the left side. Little bit of room. Palmer comes back to back check to tie up Perlini. He'll fight to keep it in the Main end. Now joining DeFazio. Now Dino digging out. Trying to get it behind the net. Can't do it. Here's Army now trying to clear. He fanned on that attempt, but Maxwell's got the puck. And he'll get it back to center. Now with the puck. Over the line, Michelle Boduck. Down the right side, Michelle Boduck slowed up there by DeFazio. Now Tim Army getting it back. Centering one. Out of the left side. Look out. Maxwell a shot, and he fired it wide of the net. He was set up, top of the left wing circle, but his shot went wide. Weir behind his own goal, trying to get it out. Along with Belanger, Rogers got skating room now in his own zone. 3:06 to play, period 2. Now Hotham with the puck at the red line, going to fire it on in, deep in the Mariners' hand. Maxwell back to get it. Skipjacks changing up on the fly here. And with the puck, Kevin Maxwell at center, into the Baltimore end. Maxwell with the puck, and back checking, O'Regan took it away. And O'Regan now to Simpson. Simpson back into the Main end. Trying to get around the defense, but he can't do it. As Brumwell skated him off the puck, and it's back in Jack's territory. Racing after it, Mike Rowe. Along with Rocky Chache. Now O'Regan with the puck, tied up by Evtushevsky. Behind the net now, Simpson. Roughed up back there, no penalty. Loney out to Simpson now at center. Here comes Simpson over the line, O'Regan trailing. Down the right side, but again, Simpson lost control of the puck. Now Mark tying up O'Regan in the right wing circle. They stack it up there. Now it's dug out by Simpson. Trying to get it back at the point, can't do it. Now it's loose on the right wing boards. Digging for it there, Simpson. And Brumwell along with Loney at Evtushevsky, and finally they're going to whistle it down. We are back live at the Baltimore Civic Center. Face off from the Mariners' end. And now with the puck, Magoo. In the slot to Risling. Risling, wrist shot, and it was deflected in front there. Now Lamoureux really getting up high on Cherry-Mats. They rough it up now, and Gordy Mark came in to take a poke at Lamoureux. Right in front of Bill McCreary, and no penalties called there. Now the Mariners ice the puck. As back to get it, Phil Bork. He's got... Off the face-off, it'll go behind the Mariners' net. Murray Brumwell with a puck there for Maine. Here's Brumwell now. Slides it ahead, but right on the stick of Phil Bork. Bork back in the neutral zone now. Turns around. Looks up ice. Now starts up ice. Here's Bork. Going to fire it on through. Going to roll off the right wing boards. Now Magoo racing after down the right side, but Brumwell beats him to it. Lamoureux now trying to tie it up and on the right wing corner boards, and finally we do get a whistle. And a face-off here. Again, the Mariners' end. We are down to 118. As we get a face-off again to the left of Carl Friesen, who has not been quite as busy this period as he was in period one. All right, puck drop. Ralston now to Magoo. Magoo trying to slide the puck in front of Risling. Couldn't do it. Now Ralston's after it now, and he's tied up by Tajura. And the puck finally cleared just outside the line to center. Now look out. Bork coughed it up. Palmer cutting in. Palmer shot. Ford stops him. Rebound, scorer. Stefanski batted in the rebound by Brian Ford. And a giveaway by the Skipjacks at center. And the Maine lead is now at 3-1. And now the Mariners have the lead. Under a minute to go now, period two. All right, Tajura now trying to pump the puck into the Skipjacks end. They can't do it. Now Tajura going to get back to Dietrich. Long slap shot from center, stopped by Ford. And they'll leave it off for Chris Dahlquist. Now the Mariners hold it in now at the right point. Danico with a shot, and that just missed the goal. Gatsos will tap it back outside the line and back into the Mariners' hand. 30 seconds left here in the second period. It's Maine 3 and Baltimore 1. Danico now out at center ice. Up to Tajura. Tajura now moves the puck over the line to Dietrich. Dietrich now in the slot. The wrist shot right on. And Ford's going to glove it there and hang on for the faceoff. With 12. All right, a face-off to the left of Brian Ford. Tim Army and Tom O'Regan. And the puck dropped. It's loose now in the left wing circle, and Wally Weir finally digs it out. And he'll fire it on in now, deep in the main end. Loney and Maxwell looking to go at it here at center. Greg Hotham. Opening moments, period number 3. Here's Chin now with a puck at center and can't get a hold of it. Finally, the Mariners take over. It's Al Stewart. He'll spin and come back into the Baltimore end. Stewart now with a puck. Topping it in down the left wing boards behind the Baltimore goal. Weir stepping in's got the disc. Weir now pass ahead to Chin. Chin left side to Ralston. In over the line. Here's Ralston with a puck going in behind the goal. He centers one. Gatsos now with a backhand. That stop. Gatsos again with a puck. Ragging it now at the center point. Gatsos to the circle to Chin. The shot. Friesen will block that. Vaskai. Loose puck behind the goal. Who's got it? Ralston with a puck, but he gave it right to Stewart. And Stewart's going to bring it out for the Mariners. Stewart now, look out. Here he comes into Baltimore ice. Can't get around Dahlquist. Stewart now in the slot to Chernomats, but it's broken up in a good defensive play by Gatsos. and deflected back to center ice. Taken there by Don Dietrich. He's going to clear it on in, but Maine's going to be offside here. Chernomat's at Maine this year, and right now Baltimore behind 3-1 to the Mariners. This game isn't over yet, but Maine really put a great second period together, limiting Baltimore to 2 shots on goal. All right, puck loose now in the neutral zone. Perlini with a puck. It's stolen away from him and cleared in now down the left side for Conacher in the skipjack zone. Conacher with a puck to Chernomat's, and he's decked there by Mike Rowe. He got put on his wallet, and the Jacks break back. Here's a good head man pass to Perlini. Left side to Risling, but it goes by him. He'll chase it in deep in the Mariners' end. Magoo now behind the goal to Risling. Risling trying to get it back in front to Magoo, but that was broken up. Now Magoo in the right wing corner. Being held there by Maxwell. Or make that Dietrich. Now it's back in the right wing corner again. Risling with a puck. Back behind the goal to Perlini. Here is Perlini now to Risling in the slot, but he couldn't get the shot away. It's back at the point and held in by the Skipjacks. Perlini in the slot. His shot blocked by the defense. Danico now. Getting it up finally on the right side. The Mariners will break back to center. Here they come with a 3-on-2, but a giveaway there. Chernomat's put it right in the stick of Mike Rowe. And he'll fire it back to the Mariners' blue line. Now it's cleared back into the Mariners' end by Baltimore. Magoo racing for it, but getting there first, Dietrich. Now Regan comes back, trying to slide the puck in front. Here it is in front to Risling. He can't get the shot away. And the loose puck rolls right to goaltender Carl Friesen. And he'll hang on for the face-off in front of the Mariners' goal. Back live at the Baltimore Civic Center. 17-19 to play here in the third period. O'Regan facing it off now on the Mariners' end with centerman Tim Army. The puck drop now. Here's Loney with a poke at it toward the goal, and it's just wide of the net. On the near boards, they stack it up now. Now with the puck, here's Tom O'Regan. Got it backhanded in now. In the right wing corner, Simpson with a puck. Spinning away from Army. Back behind the goal now to Loney. I'll make that Palmer. Now with the puck, here's Weir. Back behind the net to Simpson. Simpson tied up by Palmer. Puck still loose. Now Loney coming in. Held by Bolduc. Now Loney with a puck in the left wing corner. Here's Loney trying to get it back at the right point, but a good play there by the Mariners. Michelle Bolduc going to make that Luke Dufour, able to get it back to center. All right, it's cleared right back in again now to the main end. Now the left wing corner. Here's Maxwell trying to get it out. He'll do so out the center. Luke Dufour couldn't corral it. Baltimore's got the puck. Here's Tom O'Regan wheeling through center ice now. But Tajura upended him, and he lost the puck, but Baltimore's got the loose disc. Here's Greg Hotham now. He'll just loft it in on the goal, and Friesen will stop it there. Now he's going to cover up. As Ralston on the doorstep looking for the loose puck. It's pregame 7:20, play-by-play 7:30. And the Jacks will be back home here Sunday against the Hershey Bears. Here's Colin Chin with the puck now in the right wing corner, trying to get it in front. Taken away by Steve Tajura. Left wing to Stewart. Stewart over the line, getting around McDonnell. Now back, McDonnell gets him again. And off the puck he goes, and now the Jacks break back with a puck. Phil Bourque. Bourque now rushing through center ice. And they'll fire it on in. Off the left wing corner boards. It'll roll to goaltender Carl Friesen. And he'll give it off to veteran defenseman Murray Brumwell. On the left side of Stewart. He'll backhand it in now. Deep in the Skipjacks end, and McDonnell back to get it. Jacks trying to get it out. Maine forechecking them right now, but now with a puck, Tom Ralston. Jacks leading scorer. Gave it left wing to Chin, but he didn't have the stick. And now Maine with possession. Now the Mariners defenseman falls down, but he gets back up again. That was Stewart. Stewart playing left wing as Baltimore breaks back McDonnell at the red line. Going to drive it on in now to the Mariners' end. And now Dietrich back to get it. Tied up by Perlini. Dietrich spins away from Perlini and is going to backhand it back into Skipjack's ice. We should get icing here, and we will. As Greg Hotham goes back to get it, he touches. And icing. Tim Donnelly back with you at the Civic Center. Baltimore trying to get back at the game, get some offense going here. They've only scored one goal. And here they come, down the left side of Fazio into the main end. Got to drive it back behind the net. Here is Larry Floyd trying to get it out. Baltimore holding it in. Now at the right point, a blast by Hotham. And that's deflected up into the stands and out of play. More action here in the third. As Perlini moving in to take this face-off. With the Mariners, Tim Army. Off the face-off, here's Magoo now. And on the right wing boards, Jim Magoo holding it up now. Going to drive it back behind the net. Perlini with a puck. Tied up by Army. Perlini digs it out now. Here he comes, side of the goal, and he pumps it in front and wide. Out to that point, Weir going to drive it back behind the goal. Magoo after. Magoo tied up by Palmer. Perlini comes in, and now Maine will break out with a puck. Here they come, 3-on-2. Army carries the mail. Left side to Dufour. Dufour tied up from behind by Magoo. Here's Dufour in the slot, the Bulldog, but he can't get the shot away. Now Maxwell coming in, his shot, and he fanned on it. And here's DeFazio, right wing to Magoo. Magoo can't get around Bulldog at center. And Greg Hotham now with a disc at his own blue line. Slides it over to Wally Weir. Weir now at the red line, down the left side for Loney. He'll tap it into the main end. O'Regan now going behind the goal. Here's O'Regan with a puck in the near corner. Spinning away, now getting it back left point to McDonnell, wristing it toward the net. But it's blocked on the way to the goal. And Michelle Bulldog will take over for Maine. Trying to get that puck into the Skipjack zone. He can't, but Luke Dufour will. And Ford will set it up now for Chris Dahlquist. Up on the left wing to Troy Loney, who's looking better and better every game. Here comes Loney now. Going to stick handle in down the right side. Loney now got the puck going behind the net. Troy Loney now. Finally, Gordy Mark caught up to him. But O'Regan gets the puck. Here's Tommy O'Regan now. Back behind the goal to Loney. Stuffing in the front. Simpson can't get a stick on it there. Now Loney for Simpson. Simpson with a puck. Here he comes, spinning away from Gordy Mark. Now trying to get it back over that point. Dahlquist, can he hold it in? He will. Here is Chris now with a puck. Going to try to drive it side of the goal. Regan trying to get it in front. Can't do it. Tommy O's got the puck to Simpson. Tipping it in. Shot side of the goal. Look out. Loose in the goal mouth. O'Regan with a poke at it. Puck still loose. And finally, Friesen diving forward. Well, grab that puck and hang on for the face-off. The Skipjacks. Great pressure there in the Mariners' end. Came awfully close there to getting goal number 2 in the game for them. They trail 3-1. Lamoureux gets it back to Gatsos. His shot from the top of the right wing circle is deflected up into the stands, way up into the crowd there behind the main goal. And we're going to face off here in Mariners territory. Lamoureux, Ralston, and Gatsos up front. Dahlquist and McDonnell back of the points. As we await a face-off here at the top of the right wing circle now in the main zone. Lamoureux and Tejura. 2 of the smallest players in the American Hockey League, but also 2 of the best. And Tejura again will win that face-off back behind his own net to Dietrich. Out of the line, not out. McDonnell holding it in momentarily, but now it squirts outside the line. And here's Stewart. Going to backhand it in now on the Baltimore goal. Ford stopping it there. And setting it up for Mitch Lamoureux. Here comes Lamoureux up ice. Going to wrist it in now. Left wing corner boards, racing after it, Ralston. Trying to sweep it in front, can't do it, but Lamoureux's got the puck. Behind the net to Ralston. Ralston in front for Gatsos. He can't find the puck. And finally taking it over now in the near corner are the Mariners, and they slide it out to Bud Stefanski at center. At the red line, Stefanski, the long slap shot went off the ankle of Wally Weir. Deflected to the left wing corner, Skipjacks in. Now Stewart going to tie it up now in the left wing corner of the Baltimore end. Bill McCreary blows the whistle, and they'll force a face-off now in Baltimore. In 5th place with 30 points, St. Catharines in 4th, 32. Springfield in 3rd place with 35. Hershey, 2nd spot with 40. And the Rochester Americans in 1st with 43. Pass on the right side to Gatsos. Breaks into the main end. Gatsos now cutting in, trying to get a shot away. He's upended. We got a penalty here to the Maine Mariners. Gatsos breaking in down the right side. And one of the Mariners draped all over it. Ralston, Gatsos, and Loney up front. That's been the Jacks' most productive line thus far. As Bolduc goes off for holding at 8:20 of period 3. All right, puck drop. Baltimore wins it now at the point to O'Regan. Right side to Hotham. Hotham cutting in, trying to slide the puck in front to Loney, but it went off a skate. It's cleared back to the Jacks line, and now back deep in his own zone is O'Regan. Penalty killers for Maine, Steve Tejura and Bud Stefanski. Now Baltimore being bottled up temporarily in their own end. Now look out, a steal by Tejura. Going to drive it into the left wing corner. Now Stefanski. Now getting it back into that point. Danico driving it toward the net, but it's blocked in front. And now the Jacks take over. Here comes Gatsos with a rush. Down the right wing. Gatsos cuts to the middle. Back to the outside. Gatsos holding it up now on the right wing boards. Takes a look around. Behind the net to Loney. Loney trying to get it back to Gatsos. Does so. Gatsos now with a puck. Trying to slide it in front and get a shot away. Can't do it. Danico tied him up. Right point Hotham. Left point O'Regan. Wristing it toward the goal. It's blocked by Danico in front. And Tejura will get the puck and fire it back to center. Gatsos will get it back there. Down the right side of Ralston. Into the zone. Here's Raleigh now at the right point to Hotham. Back to Ralston now near boards. Behind the goal now to O'Regan. He'll cut to the left wing circle. O'Regan now turns back at the right point Hotham. Hotham now wristing it toward the net. It deflected wide of the goal. Gatsos now to Ralston. Now it's back at the left point to O'Regan. Trying to drive it through, but taken away by the Mariners, and here they come up ice. Tejura with a puck. One man to beat Hotham. Here's Tejura trying to make a move toward the goal, but he's bumped and pushed down there by Greg Hotham. 28 seconds to go in the Skipjacks power play. Ralston with a puck. Into the line. Over the line. Now drops it right wing corner to Belanger. Tied up by Mark. Now the near corner with the puck. Gathered in by Gordy Mark behind his own goal. He'll find the opening and shoot it down ice. 8 seconds left on the penalty to Michelle Bolduc. And now McDonnell in his own end. All right, Bolduc back on now. We're back at equal strength. Long slap shot from center. Stopped there by Carl Friesen. And we'll get a whistle now and a face-off coming up in the Mariners' end. So the Skipjacks cannot convert. Tim Donnelly back with you at the Baltimore Civic Center. The Mariners with the lead, 3-1, 9:05 to play. Belanger wheels it over the line. He spun around, no penalty. Now here's a backhander by Burke blocked in front. And Burke will sweep it back in behind the Mariners' goal. Now it comes to Belanger. Back to Perlini behind the goal, and also Risling. They fight for it there. Perlini digging it out to Belanger on the left wing boards. Here's Roger Belanger. Turns around, fires one toward the net. Friesen will stop it there. Risling on the doorstep, but there is no rebound. Perlini and Army for the draw. Puck dropped. And it'll go to the Mariners, and they'll break out of their own end. Danico now steps to center. Works the puck to the red line. He'll fake the shot, come over the Baltimore line. Now the wrist shot, and Ford knocks that down. And Hotham going back behind his goal to get the puck. Up and on the right wing boards. Jack's trying to move it out. Mariners holding it in now. DeFazio will look for skating room, and here comes Dino. Out of his own zone, up on the right side to Magoo. But the pass was not a good one there. DeFazio falling down in his own zone. But the Jacks maintain possession. Here's DeFazio, head for Perlini. Broken up. Now Hotham will rush back and clear the puck in now. Right wing corner, Mariners end. Now it's centered out in the goal mouth and finally cleared away there by the Mariners. And it's going to roll back deep in Baltimore territory. Race for the puck. Wally Weir will get there. Trying to move away from Kevin Maxwell. He'll dump it off the right wing boards and back now to center. Loose puck there with a puck, Rob Palmer. Over the line. Palmer down the right side. Now holding it up. Tied up by Wally Weir. Stewart coming in, trying to try that puck free. They stack it up now, right rear board. Skipjacks in. Stewart digs it out. Here's Al Stewart now. Trying to spin away from Loney. Now behind the goal to Wally Weir. Here is Weir with the puck. Up on the right wing boards. Baltimore, can they tap it out to center? Yes, they will. Magoo tried to get it there, but Stefanski checked him. It's cleared back to the Jacks blue line, and Wally Weir with the puck. Getting around Stefanski. Now over the line from Magoo. Magoo chasing in down the left wing. Magoo tied up by Bolduc. Now Loney in the left wing corner. Tied up by Tejura. Fight for the puck now. Loney and Tejura. It squirts free. Here's O'Regan now on the boards. He's tied up by Tejura now. Finally the puck squirts free on the stick of Rob Palmer. Here's Palmer now deep in his own zone. Spinning away from Troy Loney, trying to move that puck out. Jacks will have to start taking some chances here to get that puck in and keep it in the zone. Look out over the line. Here comes O'Regan now. Cutting it down the right side. Here's O'Regan going behind the goal, but he couldn't get a shot away. And Stefanski will just shoot the puck back to the Baltimore blue line. McDonnell now rushing up ice. Steps to center. Tried to feed in front for Simpson. But that's off his stick, and Larry Floyd now will kick the puck back into the Skipjack zone. Up around the near boards, Davey Simpson with a puck. Backhanding it to the center circle. Knocked down there by Gordy Mark. And taken by the Mariners. Look out, here comes Rich Chernomets now into the zone. Chernomets getting around McDonnell. He'll slide the puck in front, but nobody there for Maine. In the right wing circle, they stack it up, and now we get a whistle. And we're going to get a face-off here. That's Stefanski. Off the face-off. At the left point, here's a weak shot by Gordy Mark, wide of the net. It's back at the point again. Brumwell now this time with a blast, and that's stopped in front by Brian Ford. He easily sticks that aside. Now Lamoureux with a loose puck. Going behind his own net. To Ralston. Can't get it out. Chernomet's checking Ralston. Puck still loose. They're on the right wing boards in the Skipjack zone. Now Ralston will kick it back behind his goal to Burke. Baltimore trying to move it out, but here comes Larry Floyd to hold it in. Now in the slot, look out, a shot by Conacher, and that was wide of the net as he got a loose puck in front of the Baltimore goal. Now Ralston will kick the puck to the Mariners line, but Brumwell's got it, and he'll slide it back out the center. All right, Hotham now with the puck to Gatsos, and ahead to Lamoureux. Metz trying to come into the zone, but Brumwell bumped him off the puck. Here's Phil Bourque down the left side for Ralston, and he can't get the possession of the puck, and now Mitch Lamoureux getting a stick up with one of the Mariners, and they're both going to go off here. Lamoureux for the Skipjacks and Gordy Mark for Maine. 5:07 left here, period 3 at our score. Maine 3 and Baltimore 1, and this is Skipjacks hockey on AM 1230 WYTH.
Making penalty to number 2, Gordon Flashing. Time of the penalty is 14:53.
Tim Minnelli back with you at the Baltimore Civic Center. A pair of coincidental-minded penalties being called by referee Bill McCreary. Mitch Lamoureux going off for the Skipjacks. Gordy Mark going off for the Mariners. Each 2 minutes for slashing at 14:53. So we're going to play with 4 skaters and a goaltender for each club for the next 2 minutes. And a face-off at center ice. Roger Belanche and Gary Whistling are the forwards. Joe McDonnell and Chris Dahlquist back at the points. All right, Kevin Maxwell and Roger Belanche for the face-off. Puck drop. And Baltimore's got it. Maine's got it. Ken Danico. Swinging over to Dietrich. Up at center ice. Pass for Maxwell. Broken up by McDonnell. He'll backhand it in now. Chase the puck in the Mariners zone. Going down the left wing. McDonnell going to clear it now to the right wing corner. Dahlquist in deep to get it. Dahlquist now avoids a check there by Luke Dufour. It's behind the goal. Whistling after it. Here's Gary Whistling now with a puck on the left wing circle. Whistling to Dahlquist. Back for Whistling. Whistling open. Backhander. Saved by Carl Friesen, a beauty. Give and go. Great play there. Dahlquist and Whistling, and Whistling could not put it by Carl Friesen. Mariners break back 3-on-2. Maxwell a shot from the right wing boards, and that's kicked out by Brian Ford. And now here's Whistling with a puck. He'll fire it on in now off the left wing boards, and deep in the Mariners zone. The Jacks changing up on the fly. Under 3 minutes left. Make that under 4 minutes left to go here in period number 3, and the Jacks down by a pair. Long slap shot from center ice by Don Dietrich, wide of the goal. And Wally Weir back to get it. Weir now to Ralston at center. Raleigh now feeding it off for Chin. Chin breaks it over the line. Colin Chin overskates the puck as he came into the Mariners' head. And Bolduc will fire it back to center. On the stick of Steve Tajura. Tajura now will rag that puck at center ice. Looking for some skating room now, chopping it back to his own defense. Michelle Bolduc now at his own blue line. Cross ice to Palmer. Palmer now will slap it into Baltimore ice. It's going to roll around to the left wing boards. Down in there to Tajura. Fire it back the other way. Wally Weir now with some room at center ice. Weir trying to break it over the Mariners line. Can't do it. He's off the puck, and it goes right to Palmer. Feeding it in for Stefanski, but it rolled off his stick. And Colin Chin now has got the loose puck at his own blue line. Chin going to fire it on in. Right wing corner. Mariners in. We're back at equal strength here as Lamoureux and Mark are back on. Now Bolduc tied up from behind by Lamoureux. Now Ralston with a puck. Here he comes. Going to try to slide a puck in front, but Palmer tied him up. Now it's loose. Beneath Tom Ralston, and we're going to get a whistle here on a face-off coming up. It's off outside the main line. And O'Regan will draw it back to McDonnell. He'll slap it into Maine territory. In the left wing corner, Gordy Mark. Hit from behind by Simpson. And now the puck squirts free and on the stick of Larry Floyd. He got a stick up there. Now one of the Skipjacks shaken up momentarily. It's Tom O'Regan. He'll get up slow, but here he comes. Mariners break back now. Conacher down the left wing. His shot kicked out by Brian Ford. And Phil Bourke's got the loose puck behind his own goal, and Bourke to start it out. Head man pass to O'Regan. Right wing to Gatsos. Here comes Gatsos moving in. His shot blocked by the defense. Now O'Regan trying to hold the puck in, but the Mariners are breaking out. It's Conacher now. 2-on-2 with Chernomats. Conacher across the line. Drop pass for Chernomats. His slap shot from 50 feet. Kicked out with the right pad of Brian Ford. 2 minutes left now in regulation as Bourke will cross the red line and fire it on in now to the Mariners' end. Here's Carl Friesen setting it up behind his goal. O'Regan forechecking, trying to stuff it in front. Would have had a chance there for Gatsos, but Friesen knocked the puck away, and a good play by the Mariners netminder. As here comes Maine now with a shot from the blue line. That's wide of the goal. Now Stefanski will hold it in. Back behind the net to Steve Tajura. He is checked. Hotham now after the puck. Can't get it out. Here is Simpson now. Going to blast it all the way down ice. This is going to be icing here against the Skipjacks. And back to get it now, Don Dietrich. He'll touch and ice. Back at the Civic Center, 1:10 to go, period number 3. Baltimore's going to try to pull its goaltender here, down 2 goals. But the puck now in the Skipjacks end. Baltimore's got to get it out. Up at center, here's Magoo. He's going to rest it in now. Deep in the Mariners zone. Here's Danico behind the goal. Tied up by DeFazio. Now here's Wally Weir. Trying to keep it in. Ford is halfway out. Here comes Brian Ford now. Got to come to the bench for an extra attacker. Ralston back on. Baltimore ties it up now on the Mariners end. As Perlini and Dietrich will tie it up to force a face-off in the Mariners zone. Ford is on the bench now for an extra attacker. A 6th man on the ice now for the Skipjacks. And I think Baltimore is going to only being able to get 1 goal on the board. All right, the forwards, O'Regan, Loney, Gatsos, and Magoo, and Ralston. McDonnell also out there. Puck dropped. Mariners will get it behind the goal. Now Loney with the puck. Here's Troy Loney going to jam it in front. And Gatsos fanned on it there in the slot. Here's Gatsos now trying to pump it in front to O'Regan. He'll fire one, a golf shot, but it's gloved mask high by Carl Friesen. And he'll squeeze that puck there and hang on for the faceoff. With 34 seconds left here in regulation. And the Jacks trailing by a score of 3-1. All right, O'Regan and Stefanski for the draw. At the point, Ralston a blast. That's knocked down in front. Now Baltimore holding it in. Now Danico trying to get it out to Stefanski. And now at the Floyd, 2-on-1. The net is empty. He'll slide the puck over to Tajura, but Gatsos came back to knock it away. And now Gatsos will pick it up now with 20 seconds to go. Get it outside the line to center. Race for the puck now. Regan trying to bring it across the line, but the Jacks are going to be offside here. With 13 seconds left here in regulation. And we're going to face it off at the Maine blue line. And Brian Ford going to go back on the ice here. Now we get a little pushing and shoving at center ice. The former Skipjack, Andy Brickley, out with an injury, not playing tonight for Maine. He's been out for quite some time, has Andy. We saw him in early November, but he got injured shortly after that. We didn't see him last week in Maine. A couple of weeks ago in Maine. And Andy not playing again tonight. Having a good year, though, for the Mariners. Needs to get back in the lineup. All right, Ford's back in goal now. Regan now going to shoot the puck deep in the Mariners' end. Back to get it now, Danico. And he'll accidentally sweep that puck up into the stands. And we'll face it off here in the Mariners' end. And the Skipjacks are going to lose tonight here at home. 1 against the Mariners here at the Civic Center. Now Ford is off for an extra attacker with a face-off in the Mariners' hand. Gatsos now at the point to Ralston. Wristing it toward the net. Save in front by Friesen. Rebound. Scores it in. Yes, it is. Baltimore gets a goal at the tail end of period number 3. But the Mariners are still going to win it by a score of 3-2. Baltimore jammed the net and got one in by Carl Friesen.